What's going on? What's going on, HRC family? How y'all doing? Hey, listen, I don't know about y'all, but after these past months, I need it tonight. Y'all are so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to have a chance to be here tonight. And first, can we please give it up? Can we please give it up for Becky and the remarkable, remarkable job that she just did? To Kelly and Becky, I am so thankful to not just be your neighbor. I'm so thankful that you both are one of us. That in Maryland, we take such a deep pride in having them as part of our family and part of our community. And to see that beautiful marriage that's been going on now 5 years strong and will continue going on strong and strong and strong for years to come. To Becky and to Kelly, I also just want to say that Dawn and I are looking forward to having y'all at the house so we can get a double date going soon. And to Kelly and the entire HRC leadership, I just want to say thank you. You know, when I think about President Robinson and her leadership, I think about a song by Prince. And it's a song, yeah, all right, Prince. And it's a song called A Case for You. And in that song, in A Case for You, Prince says, I'm drawn to those who are unafraid. And that's exactly how I feel. Because in this time and in this moment when a whole lot of people find themselves getting real sheepish and real quiet, in a time and in a moment when we need people who are willing to use their voice and to lead with their heart and to understand that silence will never be forgotten, I'm drawn to those who are unafraid. And HRC, I'm here to say this, that in President Robinson, you got a real one. And you have one who is truly unafraid. I'm also blessed to be here, and we are thankful for the leadership that I have in our neighbor in Maryland, Congresswoman from Delaware, Sarah McBride. Let me tell you something, Washington wasn't ready. Sarah, you've done such an amazing job, and you have brought such a force into a place that needs people who are forceful and people who have never forgotten who they are fighting for. And I'm honored to be with you tonight. And also, can we please give a shout out to Amy Sherrill? I know she's here somewhere. And also, I am very proud to say, you want to talk about someone who was bold. I'm very proud to say that very soon we're going to have a new exhibit by Miss Amy at the BMA in Baltimore, Maryland. And Amy, we are so proud of you and proud of your leadership and proud of your gift and the fact that you continue to share your gift with each and every one of us and how we are the blessed ones because we get a chance to say that we live in an era of you. And we are deeply grateful for your genius. And I gotta say, while I'm happy to be here in DC, even though, let's be clear, DC should have statehood. I mean, and if it doesn't happen, if you're interested, we'll take you in Maryland, too, to make sure you're protected as well. But I am very proud. I am very proud and honored to be here as the governor of a state that is proud and loud and unapologetic about the fact that we are a safe haven for LGBTQIA plus rights and LGBTQIA plus community. And I want to be crystal clear for anybody who didn't hear me in the back. That is a reputation and that is a mantra that we intend to keep. And as long as I'm the governor of the state of Maryland, we will make sure it is kept. Because for me and for the people of this state, the state of Maryland, it's not just about protecting our people. It's about, do you respect a basic humanity? And I know how much that does matter, and especially in this moment. Because I have traveled all across the state of Maryland, and I've talked to people from Western Maryland to the Eastern Shore, to everywhere in between who are worried about their futures in this moment. And I know I stand here with a great deal of humility about who it is I represent and who it is that I fight for. Because I'm always very clear that in my own mind and in my own heart, that if you never forget who you are fighting for, then you will never stop fighting for them. And I know that every day I'm going to fight for the humanity of Matthew from Canton, who recently moved up his wedding date because he was worried that his constitutional right to marry the person he loves could be taken away. That I know I stand here and I fight for the humanity of Haley and Ellie from Ellicott City, who are worried that they might not have the opportunity or the ability to adopt children anymore. That I know I stand here and fight for the humanity of Billy from Pasadena. She's a trans educator who has now faced severe harassment and threats online because her image was sent to a right-wing social media site. I want to be very clear that nobody ever should have to walk around and feel like they have to justify their humanity in the state of Maryland or anywhere in the United States of America. And I know that this mission is about much more than just words, because words are heard, but it's impacts that are felt. And we have to ensure that our words are then backed up by actions. And that we know we have to have laws that are then there to protect us. Because as Dr. King once said, laws can't change the heart, but laws can protect me from the heartless. And that is why in my first 100 days as governor of the state of Maryland, I signed the Trans Health Equity Act into law. That is why soon after that, I took executive action and signed an executive order protecting anyone who is seeking, receiving, or providing gender-affirmed care anywhere in the state of Maryland. And that's why just this year we worked with the Maryland LGBTQIA+ Commission to decriminalize HIV and promote best practices in HIV prevention and HIV care. And we're not done. In the state of Maryland, we must and we will stand up and protect all of our fellow Americans and fellow Marylanders, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and all identities. And we're not going to do it just when it's easy. Because anybody can do anything when it's easy. One of the things I learned in the military is that in easy times, anybody can show me anything. If you ever want to understand someone's mettle, watch them when it was hard. Watch them when it was tough. Watch them when it was difficult. Watch them when it wasn't popular, when it wasn't easy, when it wasn't simple. And it is not lost on me that right now, that our work to meet this mission has gotten more difficult. It is not lost to me that we are talking about things that matter to our core, and that usually, when difficult things show themselves, we turn to the federal government for help. But what about if it's the federal government who you need help from? I know there's a very real and a very justified fear and uncertainty, not just in this room, but in communities all across the state of Maryland and all across this country. That this is a moment we are watching a rise in political violence and hate crimes. That this is a moment when we are watching people who are solving disputes with violence. This is a moment when we are seeing decisions out of our federal government that are seeking to separate, that are seeking to demonize specific groups for political gain. That this is a moment we're seeing people in power who are using that power to erase progress, to make America great again. Using their power to erase progress that was hard fought over these years, to make sure that all of our communities are lifted up, and making sure that we can have policies in place that are lifting up and protecting the LGBTQIA+ community in this country. So I don't claim to have all the answers, and nor do I claim that I always get it right. But what I do know is this: I'm never gonna stop fighting to make sure that we get it right. And to get it right, I know that it's going to take all of us. That we don't get a chance to pick the times that we live in. We don't get to pick the times that we lead in. Those times have a way of picking us. And while we don't get a chance to pick the times that we get a chance to lead in, what we do know is this: when those times do pick us, the question is, are we going to lead or not? Or are you going to sit quiet? So the only question that we've got left is this: when the moment comes, do we run or do we lead? And I know there are some people who somehow have an idea that if we just sit quiet, it'll all go away. I know there's some people who will tell us, you know what, don't poke the bear. That somehow there are some people who have this idea that if we just sit quiet, they will stop beating us. If you stop being so loud, they'll stop attacking you. If you just submit, they'll stop abusing you. I want to be clear, I'm not built that way. I got this strain in my leg that keeps me from kneeling. So I don't plan on kneeling ever. And the thing that I love about the HRC is neither do you. This is an organization that knows how to lead, not when it's easy, but an organization that knows how to lead when it's hard. And when people ask me the question, well, is HRC built for a moment like this? My answer was this: HRC was built in a moment like this. Let's be clear, and let's remember our history. That when this organization was built, it was not built during easy times. That this organization was built at a time when we were fighting against things like employment discrimination. This organization was built in times when we were fighting things to make sure that people with HIV were getting the supports that they need and were not getting shunned by society. This organization was built at a time when people found that they had to fight for their basic humanity. So when people ask, is HRC built for a moment like this? I say, oh yes. It was built in a moment like this, and just like the moment that it was built in, it was built to lead in this moment, and that's exactly what HRC will continue to do, and I will stand with you every step of the way. Because you don't cower. You don't hide. You don't curl up into a fetal position. You don't run for safety, you lead. You step up and you fight for those who need and deserve a champion. You make sure that the basic values and the basic fabric of this country will be respected and understood. You lead. Not when it's easy, but you lead when it's hard. You lead us towards a greater equality. You lead us towards a greater unity. You lead us towards a greater hope. You lead us towards our greater aspirations. I'm not saying these times are going to be simple. They're not. I'm not saying that tomorrow things will get better. They won't. But what I am saying is this: those who seek to destroy, they will fade away and history will not remember them. And those who lead with love, you will be eternal. You will be everlasting. You will be the ones that those who came before us hoped for. You will be the ones that those who come after us that they deserve. You will be the ones that people will look to you in this moment where things seem dire, when things seem dark, when things seem hopeless, that they will look to you and they will say, thank you for leading because you understood the assignment. So I want to say thank you for smiling through the pain. I want to say thank you for remembering that our values are not to be compromised. I want to say thank you for being the leaders that we all need and that we all deserve and we've all been hoping for. I want to say thank you for never backing down and for never giving way. Because in this moment and in this time, it's not just what our society needs. It's what a better future demands. And so thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your example. Thank you for your humanity. Keep on leading. I will be with you every step of the way, and we will make sure that we leave no one behind. God bless you guys, and thank you so much for everything you continue to do.